we've proven we know what it takes and we have what it takes to get to those high levels. If we're playing our game, I don't think anybody beats us.
So here I am with Exige from Scythe Academy or Scythe
Industries, just the main
Industries,
team.
and
Yep.
this is the main team. It's been a hot minute since we've talked because I've done Game Rogue events where I've gotten to talk to you on Avian, I want to say, and we're a
Correct.
long ways from that. Tell me a little bit about Scythe Industries here, Exige.
It's a new group together. Me and Hectic moved over from Aviant together, as well with Deadly, and we kind of wanted to make an 18 plus team so we could go into those major qualifiers and kind of show that we had what it takes to play with the big dogs per
Yeah,
se. We made it pretty far in the first major qualifier. Kind of just pugged it together. Didn't Made it close. Top 8 is where we did it, and then we made a few more changes. And then the second qualifier we took first.
nice.
And it was a big step up from us. And at that point, we kind of knew what direction we needed to move in as a team, and we went full time into that 18 plus team. And since then, we've just been grinding and practicing and getting all the reps in that we can to be the best team that we can possibly be.
Yeah,
Um, Recently, we made a roster switch that we took Deadly out and we brought in Buzz, uh, really well-known player in the community and been with Overturf and like for a
yeah,
long
yeah,
time. And that yeah, it's been a good pickup. His experience is something that is going to be really beneficial to the team in the long run.
yeah. So,
Uh,
are you still the IGL, or is that responsibility
most
kind of moved over to Trist? Because I know he's a pretty
He's talkative,
well,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And he knows what he's doing. So it's mostly moved over to Triss.
Okay.
I still get the shot call a good amount of the time as the hard breach player. It does fall back onto me, make some of those
Yeah,
decisions.
yeah.
But again, it's more of a gameplay difference where I need to get a little bit better at making those shot calling decisions. When I was IGLing, I was in charge of everything, and I knew kind of what was going on. When it going with somebody else's idea, then it becomes a little bit different. But
Yeah.
I've liked the stylistic change. It's a little different, but I think it's moving in a good direction.
Yeah, and so what are your expectations for XGS? I think it's fair to say that Scythe Industries isn't exactly coming in as a favorite when you've got King of Element 1, Karn and Co. right there.
Yeah,
But, what are your expectations here?
I just want to prove I'm good enough to be here. I know that's what all of us want to do. I think there's plenty of teams in here that talk down to us, say we were bracket blessed, say like who just they're letting anybody in here nowadays kind of thing.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
I get the banter. It's kind of fun, but at the same time, I want to prove,
Yeah.
and all of us want to prove. It's like we're not just here for any old reason. We're here to win.
All
So,
right.
I mean, this Swiss stage coming up, I think lowest of low expectations is making playoffs. That's the low expectation.
All
High
right.
expectation is top 3. That's high expectation. I think we've proven we know what it takes and we have what it takes to get to those high levels. If we're playing our game, I don't think anybody beats us. But again, we have proven to be our own worst enemies. So
Ah,
as long as we're not our own worst enemy, we can do well. We will
right.
do well.
And so, speaking of the other teams in XGS, who do you think are the top three teams in this tournament? And of course, because this is how I do it, feel free to put yourself in here as well.
Top 3 teams, just looking at it from out, like just straight up statistical and the player standpoint, I go, my number 1 is gotta be Karn and Co. If they're playing their game, I don't think there's anybody that beats them.
Yeah.
Number 2, Aerial Rise. And then number 3, I would say
Yeah, that's where it gets a little tricky, isn't it?
that one gets tricky. I would say on depending on who has a good day or doesn't have a good day, based on just knowing who could stand out and has that potential, I would have to go with E1 All Stars just because
Yeah.
I think they have the power to do it. They've proven it in TPL that they have what it takes to get to those more important games. Uh, and Ozone's a dope IGL. He knows what
Oh
he's
yeah,
doing.
dude's
He knows he's
dude's
smart. So
smart.
I
Yeah.
think as long as his team's on the same page, I don't see them not getting top 3. But at the same time, I've seen them blunder. So it kind of just I think that would be my top three. I think you could wiggle in somebody into that top three spot a little bit
No wild
differently,
card,
but
no Elevate Academy.
no.
All right.
I think Elevate Academy with their pickups of Deity and Ampty, I think they're a better team than what they were, in my opinion. I think that's a really good pickup for them. I
Yeah.
think that they still need to kind of get to know each other a little bit. They're going to be in that kind of that really glorious starting
Building.
phase.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and it's like you either go one of two ways. You either just blunder or you pop off and then you'll fall off. It kind
Yeah,
of
yeah.
that's how that works. It'll take a second before they get that full chemistry, but I do think they made a good pickup. As far as the other one,
Wild card. Just
too inconsistent.
all right.
Too inconsistent. I think they are good players. I do think they're great players, but there's just too many times I've seen them go down too early.
All right. No, that's fair. That's fair. And then, is there anyone on a personal level, any team or any player that you want to face off against or like win over?
I want to beat my man Xer
All
for
right.
monkey business. Me and him are good buddies. He'll crap talk me the entire time in a game. I'm looking
So
forward
it's
to it
one
if
of those
we.
situations where it's if anyone's going to take that man out, it's going to be me.
I want to be. I want to be the one that takes him out. I think he's a great player. Like their team is really good. Uh, Again, I have nothing bad to say about them besides he gets in my head when he talks crap so much. But I won't let him get into my head too often. I know he's my friend, and I know that we're gonna crap talk each other. And
Yeah.
but hey, I got to do it on game day.
Yeah,
He'll
yeah.
say that. He'll say that. He'll make fun of me a little bit. But if I can get a win over Exeter, I'll take it. That'll
Yeah.
make my day a lot better.
All right. Well, to close out here, is there anything you want to say, Exige?
I'm ready for XGS. I hope that we can prove that we belong. We have some results that we've shown we can play. So I think just it's one step at a time. Prove it in XGS, and hopefully we carry out those results and the performance that we know we can bring. And then when Element 2 comes around, hopefully we can
Convert?
be able to play and show what we have, what it takes.
All right. Well, thank you. And we are